It doesn't matter whether you're the Queen of England or a broke college student. Heinz is probably your go-to ketchup. Henry John Heinz created the perfect product for royalty and regular people alike, and laid the foundation of a company that's worth tens of billions of dollars today. But how did he do it? The answer to that question is clear: transparency. Henry began his condiment career at age 8, selling produce sourced from his mom's garden. 17 years later, in 1869, he found a partner and started a business called Heinz Noble & Company that bottled and sold horseradish. It was a pre-quality control and nutrition label world, and he noticed those in the food industry cut corners. So Henry hatched a master plan to take advantage of them. Competitors sold horseradish in opaque glass jars to prevent potential buyers from noticing sketchy ingredients. Henry Heinz, on the other hand, insisted on using transparent jars for all of his products. That way, customers could clearly see the product they were buying. The see-through jars were a hit, but the year 1873 would bring bad news for the company. In the early 1870s, a number of factors caused major stress on the economies of both North America and Europe, which eventually led to an economic depression called the Panic of 1873. The horseradish company couldn't handle it, and 2 years later, Henry John Heinz and his partner went out of business. But he didn't quit. In 1876, he reorganized, found some financing in his brother John and cousin Frederick, and started anew with the F&J Heinz Company. It took off, thanks in part to ketchup finally being added to the product line. A few years later, Henry took financial control of the company, creatively renamed it H.J. Heinz Co., and built a huge factory in Pittsburgh. It was important to Heinz that he fully control his product from farm to table. This gave him the ability to show the public where their food was coming from and how it was being processed. If you've ever taken a tour of a factory or a distillery, know that Heinz practically invented them. Showing off his well-run, super clean factories was another way to gain the public's trust and get a leg up on the competition. In fact, he was so confident in the quality of his products and cleanliness of his factories that he lobbied for the Pure Food and Drug Act. Some think he did it to protect consumers. Personally, I think he did it to kill off competitors who struggled to meet newly imposed health standards. This put his company at the forefront of the industry, and when he died, it continued to see success. But not everything is what it seems. If there's one thing we can learn from this story, it's good for business to be open and honest, right? Turns out, Henry John Heinz wasn't being so transparent after all. Recognize this label that says 57 varieties? When Henry first put it on his bottles, the company actually offered 60 varieties. The guy was just looking for a catchy number and thought 57 sounded nice. Thanks for watching.